You know, it's actually kind of funny. Yesterday I mentioned how I didn't even realize it until I looked behind me, via my camera phone, that my hat up there, the Coors Light hat, is facing, with the Coors Light logo facing directly at the camera. And I mean, again, these videos are not sponsored by Coors Light. They're not even remotely, I don't even drink Coors Light. To be honest, I've never had it in my entire life. But, I keep it up there because, at the very least, it's still a nice hat. And I do like them. I mean, I got the hat for, doing the polar bear plunge at the Switzerland Inn. So, it was a free hat, free hat, free hat. Okay, the South Park reference. Anyway, with that in mind, in honor of, or basically because of what happened on a certain show that I'm going to be getting into, I had to turn the hat around. So, yeah. Good morning and happy Tuesday, everybody. So, yeah. If any of you guys aren't aware, again, I didn't find this out until actually one of my brothers from Trinity Poly pointed that out. Well, actually, a couple of them did. But, yeah, it was actually the man with two first names and my brother of many talents. But, that's not, but, those are the two brothers in question. Anyway, apparently, in one scene in the show Game of Thrones, there's actually a Starbucks cup out plain as day for everyone to see. Yes, a show that takes place in mythical medieval times. I say mythical because, it does have, dragons and sorcery and stuff. That's how it works. And, obviously medieval times, because, medieval times, kings and queens and knights and stuff. And it has a modern day Starbucks coffee cup. Again, I don't really watch Game of Thrones. I know, shame on me. Maybe I need to see it with someone, like, from start to finish. Can you tell that I'm single? Anyway, with that in mind, I don't really watch Game of Thrones, and, I have had Starbucks, a couple times in the past. I do like Starbucks. It's pretty good. I mean, I honestly can't really choose between Starbucks and Dunkin', to be honest. I mean, they're both pretty good. In fact, I think the YouTuber Dame Drops actually, did a comparison for Starbucks coffee and Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and he compared one of them to Ali and the other one to Mike Tyson. So, suffice to say, he both thought they were really good. If nothing else. We pretty much just said, go decide on that. But, again, this is a multi-million-dollar show. Why would anyone ever be dumb enough to leave a modern-day item in a story that takes place in, again, mythical medieval times? I don't know. I mean, again, this doesn't really bother me because I don't really watch Game of Thrones. Again, I have drank Starbucks, but, not as of late. It doesn't bother me as much for those reasons. Plus, I literally had to ask one of my brothers, okay, because again, I'm only human. I can't pay attention to everything that goes on, good or bad. So I'm like, what did Starbucks do now? And that's how I found out. It's actually kind of, I mean, this isn't the first time that Starbucks really hasn't been through any sort of, controversy or anything of that sort. I mean, there was the whole red cup debacle around Christmas time a few years ago. That was dumb. And, I mean, I'm subscribed on a YouTube channel called Mashed. And they have videos like what you need to know before ordering at McDonald's, or fast food items that you can actually that are actually not that bad for you, and stuff like that. And so, trust me, they have several videos on Starbucks, so I know that Starbucks has had their fair share of, controversy or adversity over the years. Especially if you don't know what you want to order, because that's actually something that a lot of the baristas at Starbucks really don't like, is when you order something that's so incredibly complicated that, you know, honestly, if I was a barista and you told me to get like, actually, what do people order at Starbucks? Well, I mean, I personally just simply order a caramel frappuccino and move on. I mean, I know it's technically one of the things that takes a little bit longer than normal to make, but at least when I get up to the counter, I know what I want to order, and I get out and, you know, on the off chance that it is something that I wasn't supposed to order, or like the baristas would get mad, I would say, thank you very much and have a nice day. So to soften the blow, to make them understand that, okay, this guy's actually pretty decent. You know, he forced me to make this, you know, essentially a coffee slushy, but, you know, at least he was nice about it. You know, something like that. Man, I mean, no, I guess it is early in the morning, so coffee really wouldn't be out of the question right now. Maybe that's what I'm talking about a lot. But, yeah. I mean, let's be honest, if I go to Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, I'll get myself a caramel frap. I'll get myself anything that's, you know, because, you know, I do love me some slushies. I mean, if I pass by a 7-Eleven, I'm getting myself a Slurpee. No questions asked. You know, I mean, you guys know me. I love frozen treats. So, I mean, frozen coffee, which is, you know, sign me up right there. You know, that's awesome. Then again, I mean, for the most part, even though I have been to Starbucks and I do like Starbucks, I've been to Dunkin' so much more. I mean, I guess to be perfectly frank, Dunkin' was pretty much always around whenever I was little. Fun fact, when you first enter Corning via Denison Parkway, there's a Dunkin' Donuts right there, but it first started off as a Dunkin' Donuts, and then it became Denison Donuts, most likely named after the street that it's on, Denison Parkway, and then it became a Dunkin' Donuts again. So yeah, that was neat. That was weird. Like, Denison Parkway in Corning is relatively notorious for having like several really great things on it at one point, and then they completely got rid of it for something else. Like, one of the original places of Pudgy's Pizza was on Denison Parkway. Oh yeah. In fact, this is during the time when, Pudgy's has the iconic orange banner, like, on top of the restaurant on the pizza boxes. But back then, it used to be blue. Oh, yeah. My mom actually worked there when she was a kid at one point. So, yeah. That's something. There was also, but the big thing that was on Denison Parkway at one point, and to this day, even though it happened well over like 15 years ago, we're all still, actually might even be like 20 years ago. I don't know, it was definitely a long time ago. Basically, there was a KFC on Denison Parkway. Now, you're probably wondering what happened to it or what is it now. Well, believe it or not, it's actually a Walgreens. Which, you know, I don't mind Walgreens though. You know, Walgreens is, you know, a typical convenient, you know, drugstore. You know, it's pretty good. But here's the thing. There was like an Eckerd or like a Rite Aid at the very end of Denison Parkway, right by where the Dunkin' Donuts is, from pretty much the very beginning. So, in a town that already had one drugstore, you get rid of KFC, which is arguably one of the greatest fast food chains ever, and you replace it with another drugstore. Seriously, there was a time where I contemplated the possibility of maybe the town of Corning has a drug problem. I don't know, that would... I mean, you're gonna get problems like that all over the place, so if there is ever if there is a sort of problem like that, you know, it wouldn't surprise me. Well, it would surprise me a little bit because, I mean, it's the sort of thing where you kind of do want to know as soon as possible for the sake of your safety, I guess. I don't know. Man, this really, I talked about drugstores. I mentioned coffee. Do I secretly need caffeine and I just don't even realize it? I mean, I don't even feel that sleepy, to be honest. I mean, I actually got up a little earlier than normal and I feel fine. So, maybe it's just me. I don't know. Okay, that yawn proves nothing. That yawn proves absolutely nothing. I think I just yawned for the sake of yawning, I guess. So, yeah, I already mentioned this before, but from now on, until the Infinity War Journal comes out, I'll be showing honest reviews on days of the week where I don't have anything else, and that's already a link in the description. So today, there's going to be an honest review of a Marvel-related something. Again, because he's not only done, the Blockbuster Buster's not only done honest reviews of Marvel movies, he's also done Marvel TV shows, animated or live action. So, definitely look forward to, all those. It's definitely going to be good. It's definitely going to be, I like that stuff. It's awesome. So, yeah. To go back to the whole the Starbucks coffee cup thing on Game of Thrones, I've said this many times in the past, but I've considered Scooter Magruder one of my spirit animals. And he's actually doing like Game of Thrones fans during season 8, episode whatever. I've yet to actually see what it is, because he actually has it on YouTube like right now. I haven't seen it yet. But I wonder how long it'll be in the episode until he brings up the Starbucks coffee cup. Or, you know what a really good twist of fate is? Maybe he won't bring it up at all. Just think about it. I mean, what did he say about a Starbucks coffee cup being on the set of Game of Thrones during the filming of Game of Thrones that everyone else hasn't already said? So that would actually be a nice twist. I wouldn't mind that at all. Yeah, actually he does. I mean, he doesn't just do Cowboys fans during Cowboys games. He did like NFL fans during the draft, NBA fans during the first round of the playoffs. Again, the Game of Thrones fans thing. College football fans during, college football games, week 1 through 12. He's done a lot of those things, and I love that stuff. Because some of that stuff is definitely me. For sure. And I can't wait to see what he says about Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 4. I tried to stop myself from yawning right there. Man, I guess I am really tired. Oh well. Well, at least it's still a beautiful day out. It's actually a lot less. I mean, I know I mentioned how awesome, really sunny it was yesterday, but to be honest, it's actually sunnier now than it was yesterday morning at this time. So, yeah. I think it's going to be a pretty decent day overall, and honestly, I can't wait to see what happens next. So, like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. As always, I am very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm very hopeful that we have a wonderful Tuesday. And remember, for the videos that are talking chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always have your back. Take care, and make good choices.